right. Hello, Holy Cross community. We're here on our CrossTalk podcast that we do weekly with school administration. This week it is myself, Dr. Wiegand, the president here at Holy Cross, and our assistant principal, Mr. Kendall Hammerstrom. We're excited to give you the week in review as well as inform you of some things that are coming up in the next week. Our attempt at this crosstalk each week is to keep you informed, to make sure that everyone knows what the mission is of Holy Cross and how we continue to fulfill that. So thanks for listening today. Today we just are finishing up week 3 of school. I always say that the Labor Day break is kind of that, okay, we're done with the beginning of school and now it's time. Everybody should know what you're doing, where you're going, what your goals are, and start doing it. So we are here at Labor Day weekend. Our teachers are on PD. Mr. Hammerstrom is going to talk about that a little bit later. And we got some cooler weather this week, so it has been a sign of change of we're starting to kind of come out of summer and go into that fall stretch. So we're very thankful for that. This week in our faith action, we talked a little bit about, unfortunately, one of the things that we did have to do a moment of silence and prayer for on Thursday is to the family of the Annunciation Catholic School and the tragedy there of 2 young children who were killed in senseless act of gun violence. And so our entire community here at Holy Cross did a moment of silence on Thursday morning and a special prayer for that community, those families, but also just our country in terms of kids being able to be safe. It's the day before we had just done some safety procedures here at Holy Cross. And so when those kinds of things happen, it reminds us that we do need to take our safety very seriously, but also just making sure that our students feel safe in school, not only just physically and what to do, but also just their mental health. And so we'll talk a little bit about a couple things that we're doing here at Holy Cross. So the other thing in terms of faith in action, it's exciting. Every year, the National Catholic Youth Conference happens in Indianapolis. We're very fortunate that every other year they have this conference, and it's always in Indy, so it's really good and easy for us to get to. And so Ms. Thornsberry has been meeting with a group of juniors and seniors who are interested in attending NCYC in November. If your child is interested and maybe hasn't said anything to you, encourage him or her to come see Ms. Thornsberry. Also, our Cougars for Christ, which is our senior leadership for our Catholic identity of the school, we started talking about sophomore retreats. So those seniors will be leading sophomore retreats come in a couple weeks, where they're doing some training on how to be a good retreat leader, how to be a good small group leader, how to give a really great talk at a retreat. So I'm really excited about these seniors coming in to lead that with us. Mr. Hammerstrom is going to talk about academics this past week.
Yeah, absolutely. So the past 3 weeks, really, I've been with the freshman class as a part of the freshman focus, and we have done a lot of assessment, a lot of diagnostic. We just wrapped up our MAP testing for our freshmen with the reading and the math sections of the MAP test. Our teachers will be getting together next Thursday to kind of review those results and then implement our changes that we need to as a part of our driving curriculum that matches where our students are at. So it's really important that we're providing the supports that our students need, especially our freshmen as they are new to the Holy Cross community, and really making sure we're putting them on the path that's going to lead them to utilizing their potential and getting the most out of their educational experience here. Our sophomores, as part of Sophomore Stream, they are working on their dams project. And it was really fun. I actually got to be a part of that earlier in the week, just after school as part of office hours. We opened up the maker space, and those kiddos that started working on their dams were able to come in and test them out. I know Ace and Lincoln were having a little bit of trouble making sure that their water was retained. But I think it was a really cool learning experience for them. They got to see how the drainage system in the dam should work if they ever had to release some of the water. So even just the putting together of their dam and the materials that they're using, the plaster, the sand, they have a limited allowance of what they can use on certain materials. So they really had to budget those things.
Maybe next week we'll bring a completed dam.
I think that'd be cool
to show. Yeah.
We'll see if we can demo one that actually holds some water. So I think they'll be able to fix it by next week. As a part of our teacher PD today, we're going through a lot of different things. We are testing some of our online platforms. So our teachers are kind of being the students today and seeing how to properly run an online school event, whether that's a class or if we are out for an extended period of time, just really making sure that they're comfortable using Teams. I know the first block of today is the SOS training, so making sure as part of our SST, Student Services team, really making sure that our teachers are equipped with what they need for the signs of suicide prevention, and really make sure that that training is where we need it to be. I believe that event will be taking place on September 15th as a part of our SOS training for the students as well.
Yeah, and parents will be sending some information about that training. We also offer a parent session online for signs of suicide. It's a very important topic, and it's something that our teachers are now trained. We train our students, and then we will have an opportunity to give parents some training as well.
Absolutely. And then just kind of a little fun fact, one of our new teachers, Miss Barnes, has been, and I'm not even sure how long, she's been doing EF Tours, which is Education First, which really tries to get our students out in the international community and going to a lot of different places. She's actually in Germany right now, going through her training, I believe. So very exciting things. Just kind of shows that our teachers are always trying to expand what they're able to do and continuing their own education, so that we can provide additional supports and resources for our students here at Holy Cross. So I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah. Our kids went to Europe last summer, and Holy Cross has kind of started this cycle of every other year offering an abroad trip. And it allows parents, to take a couple years to make payments on that, because we know that's very expensive. So if you are still interested in the Italy trip for summer of 2026, please contact Miss Pence and let her know that you'd like to be added to that. They'll be having a meeting, I believe, in a couple weeks, just an update. In terms of the community, thank you so much to all the parents that came to mini schedule night on Wednesday. It was a great turnout. I know it is, you feel like you've exercised. You know, the parents run around the school building, but we hope that you really enjoyed being able to hear from each of your child's teachers, being able to hear about them, as well as the content that they'll be getting this year. And also your GAB advisor. So if you have any questions that came from that to that individual teacher, reach out to the individual teacher, or questions or concerns about the event as a whole, please reach out to us. Safety procedures. I mentioned this in the opening. We did go through all of our safety drills. We had a fire drill this week. Students did great with that. Mr. Thornsberry talked a little through our PA system in terms of, different things to think about. We have changed some of those procedures. We did have Louisville Fire come out and look at what we were doing, and they gave us some different pointers about some things we needed to change in the event of a fire. We also did our lock out and lock down procedures. Those can be a little bit troubling for some students. I know in the grade schools, they've been used to doing that. Sometimes when they get to high school, they're kind of unfortunately desensitized to those drills. But if you have a student who really struggles with those drills, please let us know. But we go through, if there in fact were someone in the building that was with intent to cause harm, what we do. And the kids did a really great job of that. And we followed up with some different things after what we saw on the drill. We also talked through a little bit about tornado. We will do a tornado drill here pretty soon. But a lot of those training and drills are things we will do. Fire drills we do every month, and the lockdown and lockout we do at different times during the school year. Also, I'm really excited. Our art students are going to be participating in the Kentucky Derby Museum Horsing Around art competition. They'll be submitting some pieces, so we're excited to see what happens there. And our Y Club and our academic teams have really started to get going. So if your child is interested in Y Club, if you don't know what a Y Club is for students who are interested in a lot of civic engagement type of things. If they're interested in how government works, or even things like the United Nations, that is, those are mock kind of things for that. So mock government, mock UN, really great opportunities for leadership. Most of our Y Club kids come away from those experiences with a lot of good experiences in speaking and engaging with people all over the state. And so it's a great opportunity if your child is interested. I'm going to kick it back to Mr. Hammerstrom for athletics this past week.
Yeah. We had a very successful week with Coug Sports. I think overall we were 13-5 for our record for the week, which is pretty awesome. I know we will start the cross-country season tomorrow with the Tiger Run, if I'm correct. And then another kind of very important highlight here is our field hockey team had their first win in the Apple Cup in a few years, and so against Francis Parker. So that was an awesome thing for them. The Apple Cup is super prestigious. It is effectively the best of the best in the city and the surrounding area coming together to play field hockey. Louisville is kind of the powerhouse of the state for field hockey, and so it's awesome for our girls to go out there and compete and do well. And I know that we're looking forward to a successful season.
Yeah. And our bowling team is very active with Special Olympics, and Special Olympics, Kentucky State Special Olympics bowling reached out to the Holy Cross bowling team to see if they would do a video to shout out the bowling team that's going to participate at the state bowling match.
Sure.
And
yeah.
and so they came on campus and did a video shoot with our bowling team, really kind of hyping up the Kentucky Special Olympics team so that they will be ready to go for the state meet. So congratulations to our bowling team, but good luck to our Kentucky Special Olympics team. Looking ahead, did you have another thing for athletics?
No.
Okay. Looking ahead to next week. So we got a short week. We have Labor Day on Monday, so 4-day week. When you're thinking about with your children, as we start to get into the routine of school, we're going to start seeing that the excitement of the beginning of the school starts to go. Mm-hmm. So, make sure we're getting up and getting going. We will be having our pre-ACT on Thursday. Mm-hmm. That includes freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. They will all be taking a pre-ACT, and what that does is gives us a baseline of where they're starting the school year, and then all of them will take what we call kind of a post-ACT. The juniors will take the real ACT as their post-ACT in the spring. So we're excited to see where they're starting, and then we're all about growth. We want to see growth throughout the school year. Freshmen are having Guild Council right now has no freshmen. We love them to kind of get going in a few weeks. But elections for the freshman Guild Council representatives will be this Friday. So we'd love to see a lot of freshmen kind of come out and run for that. We will, speaking of Friday, we will be having our first pep rally on Friday. So it's an activity period schedule. Just so that in terms of on the campus, we're having a fence put in on Alumni Field to kind of inside the track to help us with just some different security things that we're seeing that are happening. So just be aware of that. My School Bucks, the ability to load money on your child's lunch account. We have got a date in terms of when that's going to start, and that's going to be October 1st, which means we have to go another month of just kind of paying as you go. Please encourage your children to make sure that if they are getting anything extra outside of the complimentary lunch, that they have the money with them that day to be able to make that purchase. And then lastly, we just want to, Southwest Festival is a really big event here out in Southwest Louisville. It's going to be on October 11th. They are looking for student volunteers. So if your child, and it's a great way to get service hours. Mm-hmm. So service hours, this would be service hours for second quarter. Okay, so those service hours for first quarter are going to be due before fall break. This event is after fall break, but it's something to go ahead and get on your calendar. So those are all the fun things happening next week on top of all the athletic things and things that just kind of pop up. But those are some important things for next week. So thanks for being a part of the Holy Cross community. We hope that this has been informative in terms of the weekend review and the week ahead, and we'll see you next week.